Bro, this old guy sucks. What is he roasting these kids for?
Hey guys, we're time 6 back watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is book 1, episode 12 called The Storm. If you enjoy our videos, make sure to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We upload every week for all our shows. And if you want early access and full reactions, get up to 6 episodes ahead over on our Patreon page. Check it out if you can. And let's get started right away.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, nah, he's dreaming, bro. That's not even right. Okay, never mind. This makes sense.
Yeah, it's a dream.
Yeah, now it's real.
Yeah, now it makes sense.
Be careful, guys!
It's a sheep.
Gyatso?
Why did you disappear?
You disappeared. What the hell?
In the storm, in the water,
This is what we saw first
he
episode.
freezes.
We need you, eh? We need you.
Fire.
You saw
What's
something.
going on?
The Fire Lord Ozai. Oh,
There's a storm coming.
Oh,
I can smell a storm.
the dream is.
Consider the safety of the crew.
The safety of the crew doesn't matter.
Uh-oh. The eyebrow.
He heard you, buddy.
Avatar is far more important than any individual's safety.
And he's doubling down on that stance.
No, fuck this.
That's not a good take for you.
I don't know if I like the sound of that swishing.
Swishing means it's right.
I think it's true, Katara. Swishing means it's right. I just realized we're out of money anyway.
You just freaking molested the melon.
that noise.
What the?
Like an
Imagine
explosion
that
on his
happens.
cap.
Oh fuck.
You could get a job.
Imagine that
as a
happens.
There's going to be a terrible storm.
Ah, you're crazy. It's a nice day.
My joints say there's going to be a storm. A bad
Her
one.
joints.
Well, it's your joints against my brain.
And I hope
Hey,
the
apparently
brain
some
can find
people there,
someone else to
like
hold
the
that
atmosphere,
fish,
they can
'cause I
feel
ain't
it.
coming.
Then I'll find a new fish hauler
I've
and pay
never
him
heard that.
double what you get. How you like that?
I'll go.
You're hired.
And he's paying double.
Double? Who told you that nonsense? You don't care about anyone but yourself. Then again, what should I expect from a spoiled prince?
He's shook.
It's good.
What the hell is this?
We're all a bit tired.
It's a scrap. What do you mean?
Start rubbing each other?
I don't need your help keeping order on my ship.
Angst. The angst.
The angst?
Sokka,
he's
maybe
angsty
this
teen.
isn't such a good
No,
idea.
ang.
Look at the sky.
I said I was going to do this job.
The Avatar disappeared for 100 years. You turned your back on the world.
Don't
Damn.
yell at him.
Then I guess I must have imagined the last 100 years of war and suffering.
Aang is the bravest person I
Really
know.
put him on the
funny.
spot.
Nothing but help people
This old
and
guy's
save
like, oh,
lives
well.
since I met him.
He feels guilty. Bro, this old guy sucks. What is he roasting these kids for? Like, seriously.
He might be a dick, but he has a point.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Because that is what
I mean, he
happened.
doesn't know what happened, right?
Yeah.
That fisherman was way out of line. Actually, he wasn't. What do you mean? I'll never forget the day the monks told me I was the Avatar. I was trying to teach them how to do the air scooter. First, you form the ball. Then you gotta get on quick. Yeah! Oh, yeah! Where'd you learn that trick, Aang? I made it up.
What?
Wow!
Anne, come with us.
You don't know tattoos? No way. They all do. I don't know, do these boys have tattoos?
If they don't explain it here, I'll just tell you, because it's not a spoiler. I'll tell you after.
We have known you were the Avatar for some time.
Those were some of my favorite toys when I was little.
You chose them from among thousands of toys, Aang. The toys you picked were the 4 Avatar relics.
What the?
These items belong to Avatar's past.
We would have told you of your identity when you turned 16.
I fear that war may be upon us, young Avatar.
We need you, Aang.
We need you.
A lot of stress on the little kid.
Yeah.
Who does Zuko think he is?
Do you really want to know?
General Iroh. We were just...
It's okay. May I join you?
Of course, sir.
Look at this guy, so polite.
He's the real mitigator here.
He has been through much.
Oh, backstory.
Oh, yes.
I want to go into the war chamber, but the guard won't let me pass. If I'm going to rule this nation one day, don't you think I need to start learning as much as I can?
You must promise not to speak. These old folks are a bit sensitive, you know.
Thank you, Uncle.
They're sensitive.
Uh-oh.
Yo, the uncle is so cool, man.
The Earth Kingdom defenses are concentrated here, so I am recommending...
Damn, that's a cool-ass building.
They'll be used as a distraction while we mount an attack from the rear. What better to use as bait than fresh meat?
You can't sacrifice an entire division like that.
Uh-oh.
Those soldiers love and defend our nation.
Uh-oh. The sensitive
Was right, you see.
guys don't like it.
But it was not his place to speak out. And there were dire consequences.
We made up a game you can play with the air scooters. Great! Now that you're the Avatar, it's kind of an unfair advantage for whichever team you're on. But I'm still the same. Nothing's changed. I can't play?
What the hell?
The
That's
only
nuts.
fair way. Oh, okay.
That's so
Oh,
sad.
these guys are
dude.
pussies. They don't
I know,
want any...
right?
Don't you guys want to get better?
Now, who wants to have Jinju on their team?
Damn.
Just put Aang and this guy in the same team.
Yeah.
Then you're good. Bounces out.
Bro.
You're playing games with him? The Avatar should be training.
As long as I am his guardian, I will decide when he trains.
Prince Zuko's challenge of the general was an act of complete disrespect.
Relax.
And there was only one way to resolve this.
Agni Kai. A fire tool.
Oh.
That's right. When he turned to face his opponent, he was surprised to see it was not the general. Zuko had spoken out against the general's plan, but by doing so in the Fire Lord's war room, it was the Fire Lord whom he had disrespected.
Oh shit.
Zuko would have to doom his own father.
What the hell?
He needs to grow up as a normal boy.
You cannot keep protecting him from his destiny.
What we need is what's best for the world. You and Aang must be separated. The Avatar will be sent away to the Eastern Air Temple to complete his training.
Of course.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to let them take you away from me. Aang?
Uh-oh.
Oh, why
Oh,
did you
shit.
disappear?
The night of the storm?
Yeah, so again.
And this is what that's happened.
Oh,
The storm.
no. Appa.
For 100 years though? That's crazy.
Next thing I knew, I was waking up in your arms after you found me in the iceberg. I did turn my back on the world. You're being
Damn.
too hard on yourself. Even if you did run away, I think it was meant to be. If you had stayed, you would have been killed along with all the other airbenders.
You don't know that.
I know it's meant to be this way.
Please, Father. I only had the Fire Nation's best interest at heart. I'm sorry I spoke out of turn.
You will fight for your honor.
I meant you no disrespect. I am your loyal son. I won't fight you.
You
Damn.
will learn respect, and suffering will be your teacher.
Holy shit, this guy's.
I looked away.
They didn't even fight.
I always thought that Prince Zuko was in a training accident.
It was no accident. After the duel, the Fire Lord said that by refusing to fight, Zuko had shown shameful weakness. As punishment, he was banished and sent to capture the Avatar. Only then could he return with his honor.
So that's why he's so obsessed.
The Avatar gives Zuko hope.
How things have changed.
Damn.
Yep.
Please help!
Where's Sokka?
They haven't returned.
How
They
the
should have
fuck
been
did she
back by
find them?
now.
I'm going to find them. I'm going with you.
I'm staying here.
We'll be there soon.
Help me!
What the?
What?
Oh! I honestly thought I was gonna die.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Did he just lightning bending?
I don't think that's the same as
Photon? How? What the hell is lightning?
What is like?
Static electricity?
We'll talk about that.
The Avatar!
What do you want to do, sir?
Let him go. We need to get this ship to safety.
Then
There we
must
go.
Head directly into the eye of the storm.
Rickety ass boat.
Damn.
Too young to die.
But I still don't wanna.
What the?
It's like a guilt of like, oh, we fucked up. Now that's a big wave.
All right, time to freeze over again.
Another 100 years.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Rabbit? Yes.
Yes. Oh wait, he literally is doing it again.
But this time he can't let himself turn to ice. He just has to keep it as an air bubble.
Oh.
Yeah, or 100 years later.
I'm sorry.
Your apology is accepted.
Man, sound close.
Can't do anything now.
Oh, what if instead of an apology, I give him a free fish and we call it even?
I don't eat meat.
Fish ain't meat.
Seriously? Still gonna pay
I mean, that's kind of true, but
Katara, I think you were right before. I'm done dwelling on the past.
Yes.
Really?
It stopped raining.
Rainbow,
Hey,
rainbow.
Rapture.
all right.
Oh boy. Fantastic episode.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, the storm.
The storm. You
Let's-
said you might want to talk about the kids and the tattoos or something.
Oh, yeah, so they didn't explain it here, but it's not really a spoiler. So the tattoo has nothing to do with the Avatar. It's just once you're considered a master at airbending, that's when you get, it's like an initiation.
Oh, for airbending.
Yeah, for airbending only.
So it's
Oh,
just a
okay,
sign
okay.
of progress.
Yeah, so like you can see all the older monks had it because they're masters in their airbending.
God.
The other kids didn't because they didn't master anything yet. They're just average or shit airbenders.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Aang was the one that created that scooter move, because he's a master.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you develop the technique.
And because he's an avatar, he mastered it so young, compared to the other kids, right?
Yeah. I'll tell you guys what I thought happened to Aang.
Mm.
What I thought was they
This is
actually.
This is what you thought happened.
Yeah.
Like, before this episode.
Yeah. Why he froze up and went into
Okay,
the
give your-
water.
What?
I thought that the war actually started and he got scared
Ran away.
and ran away. Which is kind of what happened here. He did get scared and run away.
But for
But
different
the war
reasons.
hadn't
for different
started yet.
reasons.
And as for what's his name? The prince.
Yeah, what did you think for Zuko before you saw this episode?
Yeah, I thought he had a fight with someone from the Fire Nation, and they did the duel thing, and he lost. And that's how I didn't know it was his. I didn't think it was his dad or
Yeah, that's a big factor.
Mhm.
Um,
He didn't
yeah.
even fight back. The dad is an asshole.
Sure.
If that meeting was so sacred and
no, not the
important.
No, not the meeting. The
Not being in
rule.
position.
disrespecting
The
that.
disrespect. It's like any dictatorship, right?
Yeah.
If you're in charge of your war room, if anyone speaks out, doesn't matter who it is, you don't want any opposing views,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Because you're a dictator.
Mhm.
And even if it's your own bloodline, it's like, dude, you gotta freaking learn
What's
to shut
funny is he was actually a good kid and he was trying to help people, and
up. Yeah.
and that made him worse. Made
Yeah.
him become the evil prince
Yeah.
that
And
we know.
He just wasn't old enough. He
one
was
thing
already
to
young.
note is when he wasn't fighting,
Hmm.
the uncle looked away, but there was someone there smiling with an evil look.
That was his
There was a
sister.
couple people. There was a girl there who was smiling.
No, the other person was
and there was
was
the
Zhao.
commander. Yeah,
Zhao.
Commander Zhao.
So the girl was there.
She was smiling. Yeah.
Just keep that in mind, and then
I'm guessing that's his sister. She
Maybe-
would
maybe
want to
not.
take
If
over
that's-
his.
Yeah,
You know?
if that girl or that person we saw with him briefly in that flashback, if that was his sister, then, but why would she be happy that he's?
She wants to take his place because he was gonna become the leader, but if he leaves, then she is, right?
Okay, so she's just awful, just like the father.
Yeah, yeah.
just like the father.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, everyone there except the uncle. The uncle looks cool as fuck, right?
And there's
Like-
not much to say. Like it was literally 2 seconds
Yeah.
of a scene.
Yeah.
But just keep that character in mind in the back of your heads.
Mhm.
yeah.
So that's Zuko's backstory. Now we could talk about Aang, right? Where do you want to start?
So Aang and his toys, which is interesting
Oh
because
yeah.
the whole, which actually makes sense too, because the whole thing about the avatars, they're reborn. So yeah, how you would
Yeah.
identify the avatar would be have that person be reborn and fall back into their usual habits and stuff.
But that seems like.
It does
I mean,
seem
3
kind-
toys.
4 toys.
4
out of
Four?
thousands.
Okay.
Yeah, and those 4 were the 4 avatar talismans or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
If it was hundreds, I'd be like, okay, that's bullshit. But thousands is a lot, right?
So they give those toys to everyone,
I think
and
they
the
let them
kids
pick.
that pick.
Yeah, I don't know how the system would work. It's like you just go into a toy room and
Because what if
You know
I mean
what?
thousands?
I think that was in the movie. I'm pretty sure that
Was it?
Yeah, because I remember there's or they explained how the process. Maybe they didn't show, but they definitely explained it. Because I remember the toy thing. But I think it's like there's like a whole lot of toys, and then you have to. Oh wait, no.
I don't think
No, it
it's
was
the-
different. It was different.
No,
It was with like a rock and like a.
rock.
Yeah, no. It had something to do with like.
Fuck the movie.
Yeah, no, the movie was dumb. The movie you had like I think it had like water and a rock or something, and then like if the avatar was there, then all 4 would react or something like that.
I think it's a matter. It's not the exact same toys that the previous avatars played with.
Mhm.
It's just like a remake of that toy.
Mm.
So like you just go to a store and it's like, oh, you pick up these, and maybe that's how it works.
Hmm.
Because it would seem kind of tedious. It's like every kid that's born has to go into a room
Thousands of toys.
and pick toys. Like
What
that
if
would keep-
those
kids,
4
that would
toys
seem
are
kinda
the most
tedious, right?
fun? What if those 4 toys are?
But
the
I
best
guess
ones?
once you find the avatar, then you don't have to do that process,
Yeah, true.
right?
But there's so many kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't actually know who the avatars are anymore. They bought the wrong.
I feel like
toy,
there should be
years
a
and years
more
ago.
efficient way
Yeah,
to
yeah.
figure out the avatar.
Like a mark on his body or something.
A test, a blood test.
Maybe when they're born, they're glowing.
Maybe.
Like the eyes are glowing.
Something.
Maybe instead of crying, they just glow. Like that would be an indicator, right? Okay. Anyways, so he found out that he's the avatar, and his life completely changed.
Maybe
So-
they start airbending as soon as they're born.
Well, he's a airbender, so he was an airbender before.
Yeah.
Like that's his origin.
Hmm.
That's TM.
No, like as soon as they come out, they start airbending as a baby.
Well, airbending doesn't.
It develops.
No,
Like he
airbending
sneezes?
doesn't signify that you're an avatar, because all those other people can airbend,
Oh,
right?
true.
So, like, if you're born in the Earth Kingdom and you start airbending, that doesn't really mean you're an avatar. It just means that you can airbend.
Hmm.
Well, it depends how people mix. Like, or whatever. We're getting way off track.
Sneezes as a baby and just destroys the house.
So his life changes, right, after the Avatar revelation, which I don't know if the monks told the other kids or Aang told the other kids, but that should have been kept a secret, I think.
The avatar thing.
Yeah. How did the other kids even find out? It was probably Aang that told them.
Mm,
Yeah,
I think they had to tell them because
No, they had to tell Aang. They don't
It's a
have to
big
tell-
deal, right? Well, I guess it is a big deal. Maybe they do have to tell everyone.
I don't know.
the war was
Maybe to
starting.
explain why he's not playing with them. It's like, oh, he's off training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they stopped playing with him, which is
These kids suck though. What a bunch of actual.
I know,
losers.
right?
How are you
We
gonna get
never
better?
did that. We never.
How
Like,
are
you don't have an avatar in your friend group.
No, but I can relate this to like soccer when we were picking teams. Like, let's say we had the best guy in there, right? We always picked him. We just picked 2 bad players with the other team.
What if he was a FIFA level guy?
It
I'm just
doesn't
saying,
matter.
If
You
you
have to
want
play.
if you want to improve,
Everyone plays.
one of the best
Okay.
ways to improve is by going against someone who's better than you. You know, learning
Yeah.
how to, adapting.
They're having fun. They're not competing for the Olympics.
That's true.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, you make a good point.
I'm just saying, is if they did play with him, eventually they would. I feel like they would be able to compete with him evenly.
No, he's the avatar.
I guess.
The FIFA comparison doesn't work here. He's an avatar.
But he's
this is
one
mystical stuff,
avatar.
right? It's not about skill. I mean, it is about skill, but it's more mystical.
I like how Aqeel says FIFA level.
Dude,
What does that mean now?
it means if you're
No, I get what you're saying. I
bunch
get
of 11-year-old kids
Yeah.
versus a pro athlete.
Yeah, pro athlete.
Yeah. It's like when the gym teacher joins your team.
I'm like, oh, are we playing FIFA now?
See, when
No
he said it,
PS4?
it made perfect sense to me. Which is
Yeah.
like a high level, like soccer.
Yeah, I got what he said, but no one says that.
I don't feel like it was a stupid thing to say. but-
I can question it.
So yeah, that's one thing that changed. And then the second thing that changed was they wanted to split him up from Gyatso, which is his guardian and apparently best friend, right?
Yeah.
So those 2 changes provoked him to get the fuck out, which led to the freezing, which led to Katara. So what are your thoughts on that? As a whole story, backstory.
I mean, it's exact. I guess he technically did. Yeah, he did turn his. Well, not intention. Well, yeah, intentionally actually. Well, he didn't plan to be missing for 100 years, but he did run away. He did turn his back on humanity.
So I guess the question here is, when they told him he's the Avatar, they said storms are brewing, there might be a war. Is that the extent of the information they told him? Because with that information, there's no urgency, right? So in his mind, he's like, okay, I'm just going to run away. I don't like this. But there's no urgency to like, okay, I got to be responsible.
This
Right?
is how it makes sense to me as to why he's here now. And because let's say 100 years ago, he was what, 12?
I mean, same age now.
Okay, he was 12, right?
Yeah.
I think he would have been killed back then, and then they wouldn't have an avatar. So what happened was a good thing. He was saved, and now he can become the avatar and save everyone now. Because if he died back then we wouldn't have an avatar now. Or does it? If he dies, we will have an avatar, or that's it. I don't know.
It could go to the next
It could.
cycle.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the pattern we learned, right?
It should.
It's
right?
like when the fire one dies, it goes to air. When the air one dies,
Dies.
it goes to
Okay.
water.
So, yeah.
So let's say you're evil and you really want to get rid of the avatar. What's the way to
Right,
do it?
Yeah.
Unless you go to the next nation and brainwash them as a kid to follow your ideology and turn the avatar against you.
No, dude. They would, because it's only the Fire Nation that are assholes, right? They would wait until they have the avatar.
So they have to kill the air one, then they have
They
to
would
kill
have
the
to kill
water
all
one,
of them.
Yeah,
and they have to
okay.
kill the earth one.
And
Then it goes to
then-
fire because it goes in
yeah.
the cycle, right?
Because their
Yeah.
cycle just ended, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, that's why they started.
And
the
even
war.
then, let's say they do some child abuse and they manipulate this kid from like an early age. Because it's a reincarnation, won't that avatar still have its own will to do what's right?
I'm sure.
So like the brainwashing wouldn't ever really work, right?
And they're also having these like other teachings by these mystical beings that no one else can see because he's having these like visions and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he would have the visions to do what's right.
Yeah, brainwashing
He or she,
doesn't
whatever.
always work, right?
Not all brains. Not all brains. Can
No,
be
I'm
washed.
saying as a baby, right?
Not all brains can be washed.
I'm saying if they had him as a baby, right? It doesn't matter.
It's not about when I say brainwashing, I
They
just
had
mean
him as a baby.
manipulating like a child's
Really.
brain while it's still malleable, right? Because there's a specific point where like you're gonna develop your views and personality
That's what I'm
based on
saying.
what
Yeah,
you're
there's
taught.
there after a certain point you
If-
stop.
If you can break out of that, it's a good question that we could leave to psychologists. That's not for us to answer.
What is brainwashing? Technically, brainwashing can be any influence that someone has on another person, right? Technically, you are washing their brain, so to speak. Like
Washing.
you're
Oh, stop
creating
saying
some
that.
sort
What
of
does that mean?
value.
Well, you know what I mean when I say
it's
the child manipulation.
Yeah, in an extreme situation.
All right, I think we're good.
So we covered the 2 stories, and then I guess the main timeline story was the fisherman stuff.
Yeah, and the storm.
And the storm. We did get
and new move. We
What?
saw Aang. He mastered the submarine ball,
Yes, we did.
which is new
He
move.
did.
Now they can move underwater. Potentially
And something
under-
else happened this episode.
And something else happened.
If you get it, then you do. Then if not, then I'm gonna end the episode.
Do I
Oh!
get 5
Did
points?
it happen in the beginning, middle, or end?
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, good.
Oh, something new?
Did it happen towards the beginning of the episode?
It is something new.
Maybe something up. Oh, we got a flashback really quickly.
The whole episode was a flashback.
We got a one
it's okay.
scene flashback of the Fire Lord.
It's okay. When I edit, I'm gonna put what it was, or whatever.
Oh, the Avatar's having visions of the Fire Lord.
Did he have a vision of the fire?
He
Yeah,
did. He did.
No,
when he woke up from
we
his
don't know.
woke up from his nightmare
We don't
really
know.
quickly. It was like a look at jump scare. It was like and he was like, "Ugh!"
I'm gonna end the video. Alright guys, thanks for watching our reaction for Avatar Last Airbender Book 1 Episode 12 called The Storm. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe. Remember, on Patreon you get up to 6 weeks ahead. Check that out if you can. Helps out the channel, and we'll see you next episode. Peace.